in Jamia Binoria Aalamia is a kind of international institution. When you study here, you can have networks, friends, and experience. And Myanmar is a country that has people from different faiths, different backgrounds, and different ethnicity, and people speak different languages. I used to have teachers who are very expert in political science and who are very willing. The one I must mention is my father, because he is my idol, and I learned a lot from him. So when I started learning Arabic, the way how he taught me was not like very traditional.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Hashir, your host, and welcome back to Binoria Media English. For today's introductory series episode, we have a special guest who came all the way from Burma to study here in Jamia Binoria Aalamia. Jamia Binoria has a unique approach when it comes to students. They not only do focus on the theoretical part, but also give students opportunities to get inside the field, experience the practicality. Without further ado, let's dive into this interesting conversation that we're going to be having with Brother Hammad Asjad. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you doing, brother?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Thank you very much for inviting me here.
So let's start with how did you get to know about Binoria, and what got you here, and what did you study here so far?
When I decided to continue my Islamic study, especially in Pakistan, I look for, I searched some institutions on internet, and alhamdulillah, I found many institutions, mashallah, very great. And among them, I found Jamia Binoria Aalamia that will be good for me, and I'm much more interested in this institution because of some reasons. One is that we in Jamia Binoria Aalamia is a kind of international institution. When you study here, you can have networks, friends, and experience, and with people from different countries, different nationalities, and different languages, different backgrounds. So I'm much more interested in this kind of experience. And another one is that alhamdulillah, Jamia Binoria is a very the institution provides a very qualified education, and also they are very famous in Arabic language, especially in Pakistan. So, and also some other reasons. So I decided to choose Jamia Binoria Aalamia.
Okay, mashallah. No, for sure. It's one of those institutes that might not be in mainstream, but it definitely is one of the pioneers in this industry, and a really great experience, a really great platform for Muslims around the world. So how were your studies here, and what are you currently doing here in Binoria?
When I came here first, I didn't understand Urdu or Arabic, anything in Karachi. So I started joining, the Arabic language class, we can call it. And then alhamdulillah, I joined Dawratul Hadith in the past year, and I graduated this year, in this 2024, early 2024.
Okay.
And then I started working with Sheikh Hammad Asjad, and now I'm working as the Director of Public Relations, as well as Staff Officer to the President, Sheikh Hammad Asjad. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So you came here, you studied for 2-3 years, and afterwards you decided that I want to stay and choose a different approach, and maybe get the experience relating to how to manage and supervise Jamia, an international institution of this level.
Yes.
So my question is, what made you want to choose this side? Was there any background history related, or what was the reason that you said that this is something that's suitable for me?
That's a very powerful question for me, because let me introduce a little bit about my background.
Please,
the reason why I chose to do Islamic study.
Yeah.
I was born in a very senior ulama family. Both my paternal grandfather and also maternal grandfather, they both were graduated from Darul Deoband in the last century, and they both
both sides.
Yeah, both sides. And they both were the right student of Shaykh al-Islam Maulana Hussain Ahmad Madani.
Right under the mentorship of.
Yes.
Great.
So they both were very famous and also very well-known senior scholar in our country. So especially my maternal grandfather, he established an institution, Jamia Islamic University in our country. That is one of the biggest Islamic university in our country. And even my father is also a very famous Islamic scholar in our country. Sheikh Hadith, and also he is also the principal of an Islamic university in our country. Even when we look at my brother is also graduate from Darul Deoband. So when you look at our family, you can realize that the whole family is related to Islamic study, and they all are like senior ulama in the community and in the country. But differently, I was working in a different way. When I finished high school, I started joining university, and after the university, I started joining in civil society organizations, NGOs, and even some political movements. So my part was totally different from them. And I was working in U.S. Embassy, like as the advisor to the U.S. ambassador in our country, like for 2 years, and those kind of stuff.
So you're involved morely in the community.
Yes.
Outside of the Islamic.
Yes. We can also say like secular activities and secular walks.
Yeah.
But at the same time, my father told me, okay, I want you to be an alim. I want you to emphasize in Islamic study. Like he told me since I was young.
Yeah.
But I couldn't pay attention on Islamic study, even though I was trying, because I started my Islamic study in 2012. I started learning Arabic language, Nahw, Sarf, Balagha from my older brother, Mufti. He is also a very famous Mufti in our country. So, but after studying like 3 years or 4 years, and then I stopped it again, studying Islamic study, and I was traveling a lot in different countries like United States, Germany, Europe, and also many Asian countries. So I couldn't pay attention on Islamic study. Then again, my father was asking me again, okay, you promised me you will focus on Islamic study. I'm waiting for that. I also wanted, but I couldn't manage time. But at the time, I was praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, okay, Allah, please guide me to the deen. And I'm quite sure that my father will be praying the same. So alhamdulillah, around in 2018, I turned back to Islamic study again, like studying fiqh, usulul fiqh, and also hadith, usulul hadith.
So taking the advice of your father.
Yes, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
Get it done.
Yes, I was also very happy on that decision. Alhamdulillah, even now, I'm very happy on that decision. My father is also very happy, and also I'm also very happy because this is the decision of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I believe in that. And then I started doing this kind of usul hadith, fiqh, and etc. In 2022, I decided to come to Pakistan. Many people suggest me, okay, why are you going to Pakistan? Maybe you can choose another country. I said, okay, right, but still I wanted to study. The scholar in this country are very famous around the world.
Exceptional scholars.
Very, yes.
Unmatched.
So I was looking for the opportunity to study in Karachi, and I was searching like many institutions here in Pakistan, like I introduced earlier. Then alhamdulillah, I found Jamia Binoria Aalamia, and I came here and I studied. When I was asked to work with Sheikh Noman Naim, like especially in the main office, president office, I was very confused because I came here only to study, and I didn't have any intention for anything else. And then I talked to my father, and I took some suggestion from him, and surprisingly, alhamdulillah, he allowed me. He even encouraged me to work here because what he said is that, okay, by working here, you will have a good experience, especially in managing an Islamic university.
As you guys come from a background
of course, very exactly the same. And at the same time, because of the role, I will be very close to the president, so I will have a chance to learn from him.
His direct mentorship.
Yes, of course, the way how he manage different departments, the way how he deal with difficult people. Some people are a little bit difficult to approach. So the way how he manage with them, and the way how convince his junior staff and everything. And also I will even have a experience working with different organizations, networks, and everything. So my father, alhamdulillah, very happily, my father allowed me to work with him and with this organization. Alhamdulillah, then I decided to join there.
Over the course of our lives, we often encounter mentors and figures in our lives that we're inspired by, and they help us grow and better ourselves throughout life. So how was your childhood in Burma, and who were your mentors, and how were you inspired by them to become who you are today?
Alhamdulillah, it was very good in my childhood because I grew up in our country, Myanmar, because Myanmar is a country that has people from different faiths, different backgrounds, and different ethnicity, and people speak different languages.
So it's a very diverse place.
Very diverse country. We have more than 200 ethnic groups in our country.
Are all from Asia, or are they
Yeah,
you can
Asia.
count in Africa, or
Yeah, all of them are Asia, we can say
mostly
that.
Asians?
Especially indigenous people, we have many indigenous people. You cannot find these people in other places.
Oh, the indigenous Burmese.
Yes, very original people.
Okay.
And people speak like different languages. According to me, I think we have like more than 100 languages that people speak in our country.
Wow.
So when we, especially the city I grew up, is also a kind of,
like a capital.
It's not a main capital. It is a kind of second capital. So we have
major city.
Yes, major city. So we still have many, people from different ethnic groups. So when we went to school and we found friends from different groups, and also we have, many different religious community, and it was a very good experience. Regarding with mentor, I believe that Alhamdulillah I had and also I even right now, I got a very, good mentors in my life. When I was working in NGOs and when I was working in civil society organizations and political organizations, I used to have teachers who are very expert in political science and who are very willing to give me everything, like to teach me and to show me the way how I can work and how I can improve myself. And Alhamdulillah, when I turned to Islamic study, I also had excellent teachers in my life. The one I must mention is my father, because he is my idol, and I learned a lot from him. And I even studied many books like Usul al-Tafsir and also many other related books from him. And Alhamdulillah, he is the main reason I changed myself. There is another person who is my teacher. His name is Sheikh Mufti Shakil. He is a very great scholar of our country, especially because one of the reason is my father, and another reason is my teacher, my sheikh. And he is very educated. He graduated in physics, and also he is also an engineer. At the same time, he is also a very senior scholar and a very intelligent smart mufti in our country. The main reason that when I was working in different sectors like civil society organizations, like community-based organization, I was a little bit far from the religion. So to be honest, I used to have some confusion in my mind and about some teachings and some concept about Islam. And
all youth go through that.
Yes, that's
especially
true.
Nowadays. It's a time where
when I try to approach to some scholars in our region, they also give me very good answers, but I was not satisfied, and I didn't feel. I'm sorry to say, but I didn't feel very logic and very meaningful. So okay, I just left them. Okay, leave it. And then Alhamdulillah, when I met Sheikh Mufti Shakil, himself is very educated in both modern education as well as religious education. Whenever I raise a question, the way how he answered me, the answer might be the same, but the way how he answered me and the way how he present this issue is very different and very smart, very logical. Especially his ideas and his views in approaching new masail and new issues is very smart. And he considered many dynamics and many opinions, and he gave one final statement, and that is very logic, meaningful, and smart. So, and then it made me interested again in Islamic study. So that is one person, Sheikh Mufti Muhammad Shakir. I want to thank him, and he is still in contact with me, Alhamdulillah. Whenever I have some issue, I just message him, I just ask him. Alhamdulillah, I got excellent answer that I cannot get in other places. And another one is Sheikh Mufti Hamza al-Nadawi. He is also my great teacher. I learned a lot from him, especially regarding with Arabic language. Nadwa, he is graduate from Nadwa. So I learned like Nahwa, Sarfa, and many Arabic related lessons and knowledge from him. Even still right now, whenever I have an issue and whenever I have some confusion, I contact to him, I ask him. And
so they all understood you very well.
Yes,
so
very well.
Going back, even
very well, and even until today, we are in contact. So whenever I do, I ask them suggestion. And another one is my elder brother, Mufti Abdullah Qasimi. He is a graduate from Darul Deoban, and he is also a very good teacher for me. The way, especially, he understands both English and Arabic. So when I started learning Arabic, the way how he taught me was not like very traditional. So he tried to explain me the concept of Arabic grammar with the concept of English grammar. So I understood very easily. So these were, and also there are many others, mentors and many other teachers, very great teachers in my life. Maybe because of the limited time, I just mentioned 4. And alhamdulillah, I still have many, in Jamia Binoria as well. Of course, our shuyukh are very senior, very excellent in ulum al-hadith. And alhamdulillah, I can say like I am blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala regarding with teachers. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. No, shout out to all the fathers, the father-like figures, older brothers, scholars, and community leaders that keep inspiring and mentoring the youth around the world. And it's not possible without such people looking out for the youth and looking out for people like us, right?
Yes.
And because of them, because of their hard work and their efforts, we become who we are.
Yes.
And talking about achievements, because of them, it comes down to what we go on and achieve in our lives. What are some memorable achievements that you had over the course of your life that you remember and you thought that weren't possible, but you ended up accomplishing?
Yeah, there are many achievements, alhamdulillah, in my life. There are many achievements. And one of them could be, actually, when I was working in like those organizations, I was trying to work, in international diplomats, trying to work with international diplomats, especially because I'm much more interested in international affairs. So when I applied,
which you also got assigned to here.
Yes, exactly the same. Exactly the same here. Yes. So when I applying for the different scholarships and different programs, so alhamdulillah, I was nominated in some programs, and of course, I didn't get nomination in some program as well. One of the program I got is like the advisory role to the U.S. ambassador. It is very great role for me.
For from the youth perspective, or
yes, from the youth perspective. Yes.
Okay.
Because
as a youth leader,
yes,
in the community.
The thing was like at that time in our country, many things were happening, like the conflicts and arguments and many things in our country. So when the international community, especially United States government, when they are trying to help, to solve this kind of issues, and they wanted to work with some young people, youth leaders, so that they can have a better solution, they can have a better decision.
The future of the country.
Yes.
Who they target mostly.
And then they call out for applications. Like I think many people apply, maybe thousands of people. Only a few people were selected in that program with different steps. They had like interviews and different essays and everything. They check everything.
So you made it there.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, I made it. And in the second year, because I served for 2 years, in the second year, I was even selected as a director of communications in the council. So I was very close to the ambassador directly, and I could learn a lot from him. And alhamdulillah, I got an opportunity to work with young people, like young generation in our country. I even conduct so many trainings, workshops for our fellow young generation.
Yeah, mashallah. So now we see how you bring all that experience here to Binoria. Having such experiences from your history and your time in Burma, you definitely bring a lot to the table. So how do you think how do you think you can contribute to Binoria? And it's learning and teaching. That's what we're doing. So we learn from your experiences, and you come in, you learn from the people around. So being a person of influence around, how do you think you are able to contribute and better our institution and society in general?
Yes, Jamia Binoria Aalamia is an institution that offers both modern education and Islamic education. So like I have more experience in modern education and this kind of stuff. So because we have many ulama, senior ulama in our institution, when I came here, I also understood that by combining this knowledge, the knowledge from our senior ulama and also from our community, inshallah, we can have a better future. Especially in terms of work, one of the main rules and one of the main responsibilities that I take in Jamia Binoria Aalamia is implementation. Because we have many meetings, a lot of meetings in the main office, in the president office. And after the meetings, what has been discussed and also what has been decided, I have to check everything. And I have to follow up. I have to lead to the implementation.
Lead to the implementation.
So the good point, what I see is that teens are developing more rapidly, and also many programs, many reforms has been done, and also we are trying to improve our international relations with different embassies and consulates. And yeah, alhamdulillah, I think this is something I'm happy for that. And at the same time, I'm also very happy that I am working with Sheikh Noman Naim, and I can learn a lot from him as well. Especially he is young.
Yeah.
Obviously, he is young and he is very open-minded, and he is very professional.
Very supportive of
yes, very
youth.
supportive as well.
Yeah.
Very true. Very supportive to youth. Yes. And whenever we have new ideas, we are not very shy to discuss with him.
Yeah, because just like a friendly basis.
Yeah, very friendly. Because even it is not a good idea yet to be implemented right now, he still support. Okay, this is a good idea. Maybe we can try to implement this in another time, or maybe in
the
another
future
way.
Sometime.
Yes, of course. This is very positive mindset. So that is I learned from
someone
him.
who's open to accepting new ideas and ways of.
Like a few months ago, I had an experience with him. Like I was very surprised. That is one of senior staff member, faculty member of our Jamia Binoria did some mistakes, and then of course he was not happy for that.
Yeah.
And then he told him not to do like this again, and etc. And then that man, got a little bit
frustrated.
Yeah, and also upset, to be honest. But fortunately, the meeting happened. Another meeting happened between him and the president. Like after 5 minutes, you can see both people minds a little bit not very positive because of some issues.
Course of a conflict. There's
but surprisingly, when he sat on a chair, when that man came to his office, he was smiling and he was welcoming, and everything is changed. Everything was changed at the time because that was something a lot.
Scenery,
yeah, of course.
Shift.
And the way how he welcomed that man was very nice and it looks very good to me.
Yeah, I bet it was a great learning experience for you too.
And then they were discussing another issue, so very smiling. And then after the discussion, during the discussion, he didn't show anything, upset, or he didn't show anything dislike about that issue, because they were discussing another issue, even though with the same person, with another issue. So, and then the mistake one, that issue came back again, and his mood changed, and he clearly said, "No, okay, I understand, but this shouldn't be done again." Very clearly. So what I learned from him is that he knows how to separate personal and professional.
Personal and professional.
Because this one is different, and this is personal.
Totally different.
So alhamdulillah, I think this is. I have many experience with him, but alhamdulillah, this is one of the very excellent experience from him.
It's a really hard thing to do.
Of
personally. Mashallah. Yeah, so aside from the work side, what are some hobbies or some activities you like to get into during your free time, just to unwind? And intense days, you need a little something. So what was something you enjoy doing?
One thing that doesn't change is like talking to my family. Like I remember, it has been around 7 years, almost maybe 2 or 3 times a week. When we talk one time, it is like 1 hour. So we have a messenger group on Facebook, messenger group with the family, every family member. We do
close family, or even like the
only own family.
Okay.
Only even in the own family we have 7 members, father, mother, and 5 siblings.
5 siblings.
So alhamdulillah, and also we are in different places. My sister is like in another country, United States, and my brother is in another place. So we love talking to each other on video call. Whenever I'm free, and then I started calling, and whenever someone is free and they started calling, that doesn't change. And there are also some hobbies. There are also some hobbies that change time by time. I think in this time, like in this 2-3 months, I am addicted to aviation industry.
A unique one.
Yeah, I love watching. Not only watching, I love watching and learning how the flights and the planes are working, and which flight and what kind of facilities. Not only facility, how they are work. And I think I have watched a lot of documentaries on how the plane crashed.
You come with a lot of experience, whether it be from your educational part or your youth, you as a youth leader, or your other ventures around working and learning all around the world. What advice would you give youth or students around the world who are willing to come and study in Jamia and an international university like this?
Okay, first thing what I can say is that when you come here to Pakistan for the Islamic study, inshallah, I believe that when someone is coming to Pakistan for the Islamic study, that one can get a very qualified Islamic education, and they can meet very senior and very excellent scholar and ulama in this country, and that is very good one. And at the same time, that person should notice that this is a kind of, because you are going to another country. You are trying to live in another society, another community. So you will be having, a very different culture, food, language, and society standards, norms, and everything. Everything 100%. Is different. So you should be prepared
for all the challenges.
Of course, for all the challenges to come to here. But once you are used to it, once you can overcome these kind of challenges, inshallah, I believe you can have a very good. You can get a very good education, Islamic education in this country, and you will be happy here, inshallah, especially during your study. And another one is that my message to I'm also a youth, so my message to my younger generation is that please focus on your goal, because sometimes we set up a goal and then we were trying to reach this goal, but when we got tired or
we get diverted along the way. Of course,
when we got challenges and we just diverted the way, and it will make you fail. So, for example, for myself, when I came here first time, because I didn't understand Urdu and I didn't understand Arabic, and I didn't know anyone, to help me, and I was alone.
I bet that was
even
hard.
Though I have some friends from our country, they were helping me a lot. Alhamdulillah, I thank them. At the same time, I still had many challenges when I came here first time. But my target, my goal is to finish the course, the curriculum. So whenever I remember this, and I forgot every challenge and everything about those kind of barriers.
You were ready to overcome any barrier on the way.
Just to reach the goal. So my suggestion to my friends and to those who are watching, please focus on the goals.
Set goals and focus,
of course, set goals and just go, trying to reach that goal. You might have different challenges and barriers. It's okay. You can overcome if you have that mindset. For example, I wanted to, because like I introduced in the beginning of the program, my grandfather was very great scholar of our country. So I wanted to write a book about him.
So that was a goal of yours.
Yeah, of course. Even though that was the goal, I didn't have much experience in professional writing. Even though I'm very addicted in writing, reading, and everything. But I didn't, because I was young before. I was young at that time, and even the people around me and didn't have that kind of experience writing a book in this kind of style. So, but I decided, okay, I will make it finish. Then I realized that, okay, to write about, the book of my grandfather, this one, I realized that, okay, I need to read this kind of books a lot so that I will understand the way how it should be written. Then I read many books.
So you wrote this book?
Yes, alhamdulillah. It is in our language, but it still have 3 pages in English. 3 pages.
The introductory pages?
No, the last one. The last one. Yeah, introductory. Short.
Is it online, or have you published it online?
Not yet, inshallah. I think I will publish it online in this year, or maybe in 1 or 2 months, inshallah.
Inshallah. Tayyib's leadership,
because the name of my grandfather is Tayyib.
So it's a story about his leadership and how he got to establish the organization in Myanmar.
Of course, he used to have a lot of challenges and barriers, and Allah mentioned the way how he overcame those challenges, being an alim and everything.
MashaAllah. So for those who understand Burmese, they can go ahead and get these a copy of this right here, Tayyib's leadership, and inshallah.
Thank you very much.
We hope there's an English translation.
Inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We wish you a really bright future and a really bright career you have here.
Thank you.
Hopefully you learn a lot, and we get to learn from you while your time being here. And inshallah, jazakallahu khairan.
Jazakallahu khair. Thank you very much, Brother Hashir, and also Binoria Media English team for inviting me here and giving this opportunity to me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
To have you.
Jazakumullahu khair. Assalamu alaikum.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was a really special, beloved brother, Maulana Hammad Asjad. And thank you very much for coming and watching this episode here. And inshallah, we'll get to see you guys in the next one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.